right, gentlemen, welcome to your Week 3 recap. This is the Commish show. Brian, myself, and we're going to basically do a quick recap of Week 3 scores. We're going to talk about a trade that went down, and also we're going to bring to you a new segment which we call Descriptions. We're going to kind of write down a one-word or one-phrase description of what each player we think represents so far in the season. So that'll be kind of fun, and we'll go from there. But let's go ahead and kick it off with, obviously you heard the intro of Bob Marley, No Woman, No Cry. And this is ode to our 0-2 team, so Brian, kick us off with the matchup.
Yeah, and after this one, Dustin's still crying because Warner mopped the floor with him, beat him by over 50. So, yeah, it's just, he's getting better, Warner. Give him credit.
He's got players that have done well, and again, Dustin has just had people not really do anything. So, Dustin, you are the only lone survivor in the 0-3 spot, so, you've got that claim to fame. Hopefully things can turn around for you next week, but outlook doesn't look so good. So we'll see, but Warner, congrats finally getting your first win. I know it feels good, and that actually promoted you to second in your division, so maybe you can build on that momentum there. Next we've got, speaking of the 0-2 teams, I was 0-2 going up against Ray. And this Zeus decided to stick it to that Zeus, put the hammer down, and really smacked him hard in the mouth. So I got him 174-111. And if it wasn't for Tony and Monday night, I might have been the top scoring team of the week. But Tony had some guys come out. But nonetheless, stuck it to Ray. I'm sure he was thinking he was going to do solid. He obviously had Randall, who got off to a really hot start and put up some good points for him. That made me a little nervous, but I had faith in my boys. They came through. A lot of consistency. A.J. Green, heck of a game, 48 points. DeAndre Hopkins, 26. Peterson, another great week, 28 points. Just really solid overall. So, and kudos to Ray. I mean, your team actually wasn't too bad. Obviously, Bradford hurt you. Your homer picks are hurting you. Maybe that's why. Maybe, it's because you took too many Philly guys.
Yeah.
It's karma's finding a way to kick you in the ass for liking such a shitty team. Anyways, moving on, we've got Andrew and Gunner, and this was a good matchup. But Gunner took the cake, and Gunner's off to a good start this week. Got great points out of his players. Andrew just really no luck again, just not getting the production he was thinking he was going to out of some of his high draft picks. So hopefully things can turn it around. Obviously falling to 1-2. Gunner getting promoted to 2-1, so good work, Gunner. This next matchup of grinders is what I thought. We got Marcus, the Silent Assassins, going up against Frank and his Blossomed Bums, and Frank again just coming out. Thoughts?
Yeah, Marcus, I think that's going to be the lowest we're going to see all season.
Yeah, lowest point total I think we've got at 59 points. Really anemic offense, if you want to say something there. Just not much going on there. But Frank, grinding it out, and he's one of the 3 teams left at 3-0, joining Tony and Mike. So kudos, Frank. Marcus, maybe better luck next week. Hopefully we'll see some progress there. Speaking of Mike, since we've got him at 3-0 as well, going up against you, and unfortunately dropping you to 1-2, but this was a good game.
Yeah, it was. He got the best of me, though, that Monday night game. Thought I almost could have had it in a stretch. Yeah,
Macklin almost, if Kansas City could have been a little bit more productive early on, keeping that game close, you might have been able to squeak that one out. But luckily, Mike sneaks away with that W. And congrats, Mike, also being 3-0. And then obviously we've got Tony, 3-0, just killing it, Tony. High point total, 181 points. A good job going up against Robert. And my heart goes out to Robert because he's actually been doing very well for a team that's 1-2, putting up a lot of points. He just keeps going up against the top scoring team each week, and that's just not helping him. So Robert, I feel your pain, bro. But Tony you were in his way, and he had to crush you. So 181-136. So that's your recap of the matchups from Week 3. Looking forward to seeing how teams pan out here in Week 4. But let's go ahead and talk about the trade that went down. It was with Frank and Ray. Frank trading Jimmy Graham, tight end Seattle, to Ray for quarterback Eli Manning. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I was just a little bit surprised by it. Jimmy Graham, he's a great tight end. You got to see top 3 no matter where he's playing. He's going to get the ball. He's going to score. And Eli, he's hot and cold. He could throw 3 touchdowns one week and then 3 interceptions the next week. So we're going to see how that one turns out.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of an interesting move as well. Frank's got, obviously he has faith in his backup tight end.
Yeah.
So he thought he could get a good quarterback. I guess he wanted to make some moves. And for me, it looks more like, and also speaking with Frank, again, that insider track here about the trade thought, I think he's using this as more as potential moves in the future for people that might be in need of a quarterback or in need of some other play, which he feels he's got some depth here. And felt he could get away with some talent here. So, I think that's good of Frank trying to actually make moves. I'm glad I actually traded Kurt, especially this early, and hopefully some more do. So, guys, if you're interested or got thoughts, feel free to talk to the guys, see what you think might be beneficial to help your team. I think it was a good move. I think Ray needed a little bit more kick in his offense.
Yeah.
And, Jimmy Graham definitely has that potential. Hopefully Seattle will continue to build. He actually had a good week this week, so, signs could be looking up for him and their offense. And, Frank, the Grinders just keeps grinding away. So we'll see what Frank's got for us in the future here. So now the new section, which we call descriptions. What we're going to do here, like I said earlier, we can do a one-word description of what we think each player has, kind of been productive so far in the season. So, we'll each write it down and then, kind of discuss what our thoughts are, and we'll share it with you guys. And hopefully you guys maybe agree, disagree, but, let us know in the future what you thought. So we're going to actually have our video producer, Andrew Tobias, he's going to read us off, the list of you guys. And obviously we're going to exclude ourselves from doing this just because we don't want to be biased in any way. But he's going to read it off and we'll write down and then we'll kind of discuss. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Andrew,
all right,
kick it off.
Let's start this off with Warner.
Okay, we're going to go with Warner first. Okay. Let's see here. I think I got a good one. You got yours?
Good. Yep.
All right. What do you got?
I got noob. How about you?
Got rookie. I got rookie here. What do you got, dude?
Yeah, well, it's his first go, you could tell, but he's starting to get it. He had a great free agency pickup on the waivers with Devontae Freeman, had him 44 points, so he's got potential. He finally started Tom Brady, so
yeah, I agree. He's made some bonehead moves, kind of some really head scratchers, but that's him just learning how the game's played.
Yeah.
But he came out, got his first win, so kudos. It's a learning curve. You're going to make some stupid mistakes. Hopefully you don't continue to make those and learn from them. I think that's kind of also why I went with rookie here for him. So Warner, keep building. Try not to make some more idiotic moves. What do you got next for us?
All right, next we have Gunner.
Gunner, okay.
all right, what do you got?
I got hair, as in a rabbit.
I got Usain Bolt.
Okay, so kind of on the same
Yeah.
same line there. I went with hair because Gunner's off to a good start, fast, and as in the story towards the hair, we'll see if Gunner has the stamina, the fortitude to finish this season with the pace he's going. But he's been doing really well. He's off to a quick start, so we'll see how that goes. That was my thought process.
Yeah, same thing. We'll just see if he can keep it going, keep winning races.
Okay, all right.
All right, next we have is Ray.
Ray.
Good.
I think my spelling's off. My spelling might be off. I don't freaking know. I don't have spell check on this driver board. What do you got?
I got Homer.
Okay, I got balloon.
Well, I went Homer. He's got all those Eagles, and Eagles slow start. Sam Bradford not doing too well, as you can see, traded for a quarterback. So
Thus resulting in Ray's slow start.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I went with balloon because I think Ray's team's kind of filled with some hot air. I don't think it's got the capability to really be as successful as he thinks, and I think that balloon's about to burst here soon in the next couple of weeks. So that was my thought process there.
All right, next up is Frank.
Frank, all right.
I gotta go with Frank.
I got Grinder.
I got Pitbull.
Okay, so I guess kind of on the same wavelength there. Yeah, Frank's. His team hasn't been impressive, but he's been grinding out some wins. He hasn't put up a whole lot of points, but somehow he keeps managing to pull out the W's. He's 3-0, grinding. He's making moves. He's grinding.
Yeah,
I think he's a grinder, man.
Yeah, similar to that. Every week it seems like he's in a dogfight. It's a low scoring, close matchup, and he comes out on top every time.
So far, so you'll see if Frank's got the fortitude to continue that as well. So keep it up, Frank.
All right, next up is Robert.
Robert.
What do you got?
I've got Derrick Rose.
I got unlucky.
And so again, I guess we're on the same page here with all these guys. But yeah, I went with Derrick Rose. Obviously, you guys know the history of Derrick Rose. Great talent, great potential. Constantly getting unlucky, hurting himself, being out, just taking himself out of the fight. And that's kind of how Robert is. He's got the potential. His roster's good. He's been putting up good points. He's got a great team. He just keeps getting unlucky, going up against the top scorers each week. And it's just, it could be very well that Robert could be 3-0 if it was for some different matchups against some of these people. He just keeps getting the best team at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's what I got too. I mean, week 1, I beat him. I had highest points.
Yeah.
Week 3, Tony beat him. He had highest points.
Yeah.
Those are only 2 losses so far. So it's unlucky.
Yeah. So Robert, we feel for you, boy.
All right, next is Marcus.
Marcus. What you got?
I got unproven.
Okay. I got tortoise. I'm going with that. Obviously, in my analogy that I used for Ray earlier is the hare. I think Marcus's team has the potential to be the tortoise. He's got solid players. I thought he had a very good draft. He's off to a slow start, so maybe he's thinking this, kind of slow and steady approach. Maybe some of his guys just haven't gotten it going yet, but once they do, they can finish the race strong, finish the season strong. So Marcus, you are my tortoise.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of the same thing. He has a good team, just his guys haven't proven themselves yet. It's just if you draft guys that don't perform, then you're not going to win.
It's true. All right, who we got next?
Next we have Dustin.
Dustin.
All right, what do you got?
Got trash.
I got questionable.
Why'd you go questionable?
Well, I went questionable because even during the draft, he has a lot of unproven rookies. You look at his 2nd round pick, Cooper, his 3rd round pick, Yeldon.
Alabama guys, so
Yeah.
there
So,
could
I
be some connections
Yeah,
there.
also a little bit of a homer there too,
Yeah.
but I mean, they're unproven, so that's why.
Yeah, I went with trash just because, his team's just been playing like absolute trash. Just obviously hasn't helped him. He is the only 0-3 team left. Possibly could be 0-4. I mean, he's got some guys that can put up some points. It's just I don't know if he's got enough guys that can do it sustainable over the period of time. So, I just really think his team's kind of some hot garbage. Some hot garbage.
All right, next on the list is Tony.
Tony. Gotta work on spelling, bro. This is spelled right.
I think so.
Alright, what'd you got?
I got Beast.
I got Ultimate Warrior. And again, I don't think I spelled it right. But anyways, Tony's the top dog right now. I mean, his team is just constantly just playing well. He has scored a lot of points in every game. I think he is the league's overall scoring leader.
Yep.
I mean, his team just keeps performing. He keeps making moves. You know, he's definitely been a surprise. So, Tony, way to go.
Yep, beast. I mean, he had most points this week, and it's not a fluke. He's been doing it all year.
Yeah. So keep it up, guys. Who we got next?
Next we have Mike.
All right, what do you got?
I got surprise.
I got in trouble.
Yeah, I got surprised. Mike's team's been doing really well. I mean, he's put up also a lot of points. He's right up there with Tony in points scored. He's also 3-0. His team's actually been playing really well. I didn't think his team after draft initially, I didn't think his team was going to be as good as it has been. So he's definitely gotten some great production so far. But, you know, now he's got a couple injuries to deal with. He's had a couple guys now that haven't had as good as games and really been carried by a few guys. So we'll see how it goes. But he's definitely been my surprise guy of the week, and he's been, or the season so far, and he's been playing well. So hopefully, you know, he might be able to keep it up.
Yep, in trouble. Roethlisberger just got hurt, and that hurts obviously his quarterback, but also he has Antonio Brown, and
No.
he's usually good for at least 20 points. So you got to think no quarterback is that going to hurt him.
Yeah, that chemistry might not be there
Yeah.
with Vic, so we'll see. Anybody else left on the board?
Last person, but not least, is myself.
Andrew.
I want to see what you guys have to think about how my draft has gone and how I've played
How the
so
team's
far.
been?
How
Okay.
the team's
All
been,
right.
yes.
All right, here we go. Let's see. What you got?
I got vanilla.
Vanilla. I went with a blank sheet of paper. Why'd you go vanilla?
Well, if you look at his team, no one really stands out. It's kind of just, average, no real stars,
Uh-huh.
no one who could potentially get you 30, 40, 50 points in the week.
Yeah. I kind of went with blank sheet of paper because, yeah, there's nothing that stands out to you. You know, I think there's room for some improvement. I think there's room for potential, but we really don't know what's going to happen. And so it really comes down to how Andrew, I think, kind of puts his team together week to week. You know, he could put something good on this sheet of paper. He could just leave it blank. I think that's kind of why he's 1 and 2. I think he's had a couple guys that have had great, but no consistency. So I would kind of just say decent.
Decent.
So, all right. Well, that's everyone that we've covered in our category descriptions. We'll see how you guys' thoughts on that segment. But that's going to be this episode, this week's show, week 3. Good luck in week 4. Obviously, the games start tomorrow, so make sure you get your guys' lineup set. Again, we're going to try to do a guest appearance. I think Gunnar was supposed to be on this week, but I think his agent said he had conflicts in schedule, so we'll have to get that rescheduled. We've got a good segment. We're going to try to get JD on. We were talking to him early today. I think that'll be a fun segment that we've got planned for that. So hopefully he agrees to the terms that I've thrown at him. But yeah, we've got some more episodes to come. Again, if you guys have suggestions, you want to be on the show, you think something that would be a good segment or something, let us know. We always want to improve it. This is for us. This is for you guys. This is the Commish Show. Thanks.
See you next week.